Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on a Friday afternoon. I am Stevie Ray, my co-host, Mr. Angel Corona. We are here today on another episode of Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. Angel, what's going on, brother?
What is going on, big dog? Stevie Ray, just another day in paradise. I mean, Stevie Ray, you're blinged up. You're iced up. I need to step my game up. You got a gold WWE Hall of Fame ring. You got some like a 24-karat gold wrist thing and a watch, a big chain. I mean, look, I need to step my game up, Stevie Ray.
I got somewhere to go after I leave today. You know what I'm saying? You know I wouldn't be dressed like this unless I had something to do. The only time I bring out the Hall of Fame ring is when I'm trying to do that thing. You dig what I'm saying?
I hear you.
That's what I do, bro. But, you know, I'm glad everybody's here today. Edge Radio, we're doing it again. Football season, ladies and gentlemen, has started back. The other night, I had a couple of guys on my podcast.
Oh, yeah?
And you know what we were discussing?
What's that, Stevie Ray?
We were discussing football. And these two guys are diehard Tennessee Titans fans.
Really? Are they overnight diehard because
No.
old Oiler fans?
They're diehard Tennessee Titans fans. Diehard. To the point where it hurts. And I had to bring them on the show, man. I said, you know what I'm going to do? Out of the goodness of my heart, I'm going to bring you guys on the show. I'm going to let you say your piece. So I let them say their piece.
And what did they say, Stevie?
Well, they start talking bad about the Texans, man. Said the Texans was going to lose 60-7.
They were pretty close.
Well, you know, like I said, it's the first game out of the gate.
Right, yep.
It ain't how good you are at the beginning of the season. It's how good you are at the end of the season. And not only that, the Texans were playing the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right, the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yes.
You know,
and 1 year removed from an MVP
quarterback.
That was at the quarterback.
Right, and he won the MVP for the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl.
I mean, the guy got paid for a reason, right?
He got paid for a reason. So these guys, you know what they want to throw in my face?
What was that?
You're not going to believe this.
The punt that went wrong? The fake punt? Did they bring that up?
No. You know what they brought up?
What's that?
Jadeveon Clowney being signed by the Tennessee Titans.
I forgot about that move. Yeah, he did.
You see how important it was? You see how big of a deal it was that you forgot about it? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And what I had to inform them of was this. What did you sign? Who did you sign? Will this man play 7 games this season? without running off the field, holding the back of his leg? Will he do that? Jadeveon Clowney, I just had to inform them. This guy is the biggest thief since Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely on. He was supposed to be the next big thing.
Based on what?
Based on, I guess, one highlight video from him just running through some college player, picking it up like a bear, pawing it, and running it home.
And the Houston Texans fell for that.
Apparently.
I remember it was another guy coming out in that draft. Another guy that everybody was so high on. Another guy that the experts were saying, this is the guy. The guy was the real deal.
Who was that?
Guy that went by the name of Khalil Mack. But no, he plays that little Buffalo. You know, with that Turner Gill head coach.
Right, yeah.
Now, what could he do? Anybody seen what he did lately? Like tear the whole league up?
Right, yeah.
Like Superman almost. But no, what do we got? The guy running off the field holding the back of his leg.
And think about it. Jadeveon Clowney can't make it in Seattle, where that defense is pretty stacked and you have a pretty good coach.
Right.
Then Tennessee, you're not going to get any better.
Well, you know what they're banking on?
Tannehill turning into a quarterback, Derrick Henry running the ball every minute of every game.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Well, the thing is this. I have to give it to the Titans. At the end of the year last year, the way Derrick was running that ball, the way Ryan Tannehill was throwing that ball, I had to give it to him.
Yeah. It's a good match.
Can you do that for 16 games?
Not only that, but can
when
you
defensive coordinators are actually preparing for you now?
Right, yeah.
You might can do it against the Texans the way they looked last night, the way that kid was running on them. You know, I hope not. Texans couldn't even tackle last night.
Yeah, I mean they made that rookie Edwards-Helaire look like Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the highlights, the guy, they were just touching his thigh, touching his ankle. You know, it looks like they were playing flag football, except there was no flag around his waist.
But you guys still got to realize something. We had no preseason.
Exactly.
And Andy Reid is one of the best coaches in the NFL. Andy Reid is going to have his guys ready. Now, I don't know if I can say the same for the Houston Texans coach, Bill O'Brien. I don't know if I can say the same.
Maybe, you know, for a minute there,
maybe I can, maybe I can't.
For a minute there, Stevie Ray, I felt like I was watching a preseason high school football game from the Texans side. When I say that, I mean the quarterback was throwing too far, or the quarterback, Deshaun Watson, was throwing too short.
Right.
The receiver couldn't catch it. It was just everything was off. Nobody was sinking.
No continuity.
None whatsoever.
And you got a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's calling the plays.
That used to be a defensive lineman? Has that ever happened in the annals of professional football? Maybe high school.
Right, yeah, that's a first.
Junior high. Pop Warner. I'm talking about professional football. Has that ever happened?
I don't think we got to Google that up, man.
You got to somebody get on the computer and find out if a defensive lineman,
that's like equivalent to a professional wrestler going to play golf or something like that. I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
But some professional wrestlers golf on their off time. But I don't think they're going to go out and try to train Tiger Woods.
No.
You know, I mean, this was I didn't know this. So Bill O'Brien has given up call to plays duties to a defensive lineman that's actually impersonating an offensive coordinator.
You know, Halloween is coming up, Stevie Ray. Maybe he's trying to impersonate an offensive coordinator until he loses his job, and then we hire someone else.
But then they want the Texans to be this great offense. Now, I'm not saying it can't work, because people that study football. Mm-hmm. And I guess if you are a defensive guy, sometimes you know how to attack defenses. I'm just saying it's never happened before, but maybe that could happen. Wishful thinking.
Right. And then I think another soft spot for the Texans is our receiving core. I mean, they're expecting Will Fuller to run these inside routes to be a bigger receiver than he actually is. I mean, I don't see it happening. Brandon Cooks is very agile. I mean, he's very injury prone. So is Will Fuller. I mean, We really miss DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, you can just throw it up. He's like a safety blanket. Throw it up, and you know at the end of the day, he's going to come down with it.
DeAndre Hopkins is that good. Nobody will argue that. He's that good. And if he wasn't that good, nobody would be calling Bill O'Brien a straight up numbskull for letting him go.
Straight up jabroni.
Yes. I mean, and then come up with lame excuses. Hey, man, just lay it on the line. You didn't want the guy here. And hopefully the Texans can patch that wound up with some of the new guys. Hopefully, with the new offensive coordinator. I know on a daily basis we hear people talk about the players. The players. I didn't even hear J.J. Watt's name last night.
No. The only highlight I saw of J.J. Watt was when he was holding arms with Patrick Mahomes at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, and if I was Patrick Mahomes, I would have said, hey, man, loose me. Yeah,
This is the closest you're going to get to touching me all night.
Yeah, because I don't want you to get used. I don't want you to get used to touching me, dog. So turn me loose.
Yeah, exactly.
So be that as it may, they got to him on the one sack. JJ got there just a minute too late.
Right.
He almost took credit for it. He kind of jumped around a little bit like he took credit.
Jumping around, put his arm. Hey, that was me. That was me. Like the cowboy riding the bull. Hey, that was me.
But I'm just saying, man. Going back to my boys. Now I got to get them back. Now I really wasn't defending the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually just talking about them and them having this, big laugh party about Jadeveon Clowney. I said, brother, have you watched the man's career? He's like a basketball player that's streaky.
Right.
Guy hit 5 3-pointers in one game. And he's sitting on the bench in the next game because he thumped his toe walking out the dressing room.
Right.
It's streaky.
Yeah.
Now you're all up in arms about Clowney, who thought he could get $20 million a year.
Yeah.
By doing what? Robbing banks like Bonnie and Clyde? I mean, come on. This is what I told him. And I don't know if you're going to agree with me. I said, but if you take Jadeveon Clowney, a man who stands 6'6",
big boy,
260 pounds, you put a pinstripe suit on him, a little white necktie, a little white handkerchief hanging out of his pocket, double-breasted, put some two-tone shoes on him, put a fedora hat on him, let him stand by a 36 Hudson with a Thompson machine gun in his hand. You know what you'll have?
What's that?
A bank robber. That's exactly what he is. That's what you would have. Okay? I'm just telling it like it is. We shoot straight on this show.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm not holding nothing back. Now, I can't wait. I'm going to watch that game this Sunday. And I'm going to watch it close. And I'm going to watch him on every play. And I can't wait till his little pinky gets hurt and he's got calling the,
he has
the
to go
staff.
check into the hospital, the local Nashville hospital.
Well, they gotta put that tarp over his head when he goes out. You know that tarp?
Right, yeah.
They tell you to go in that gimmick tarp. Let's see what one. Hey, let's
just pop that pinky back in place.
It ain't out of place. He just thought it was. That's Jadeveon Clowney.
I think Jadeveon Clowney is a big bust. I think he was really good. He looked like a superstar in college, and that's what really propelled him being a potential great player.
Right.
But I mean, he's had all the chances. He's had really good coaches. He's had Wade Phillips.
Right.
He's had Romeo Cornell.
Right.
I mean, for a while he was good, but his body to me just does not hold up.
I think he showed flashes of brilliance at one time. He really showed promise. Like that game against the Patriots, he showed promise in that game, in that playoff game a couple of years ago. But Patriots just didn't have enough. I mean, the Texans just didn't have enough offense that game. But be that as it may.
You know what he reminds me of? Every single time I watch him play, I'm cringing to myself. I think he's going to get hurt. Just the way he moves, and I think he's going to get hurt. It reminds me of me watching like Roger Clemens back when Roger Clemens was like 45 pitching for the Astros. Every single pitch, he would just grimps.
Right.
He would look around like, and that's the same thing with Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, he looks like he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
He looks very. It's weird. The man's a big boy, but he looks fragile.
You know why he looks like that?
Why is that?
He's trying to get hurt.
He's trying to rob the bank again.
He's trying to get out of the game. He's like a fighter. Like a heavyweight fighter. Like, okay, I know I'm gonna lose this, so I gotta try to do something to get out of this fight.
Let me put my hands up and yell to the ref. Stop
let me bite a man on the ear so I can get out of this fight because I know I'm gonna get my head knocked in. We've seen people do that.
That's right.
And I think that's what he's doing. You know, plump little blunt. Oh, and he takes what we call in the business a heavy bump.
A heavy bump, yeah.
Yeah. What's that? So those guys can go ahead and be up in arms about Jadeveon Clowney.
I do think the Tennessee Titans will win the division with or without Jadeveon Clowney. I don't think it matters if he plays.
I don't think it matters either.
I mean, I think they're probably going to finish with the same record as the Houston Texans, maybe a game more.
Right.
But I think the tiebreakers will definitely help them win that division, secure it.
Man, with the COVID-19 and with no preseason, don't be surprised if we see some things that we're not even predicting right now. Don't be surprised. Anything can happen right now. And you got to realize a lot of guys right now got soft tissue injuries. You know what that's from because you haven't been out going full speed.
Right.
We're going to see a lot of injuries this year. So it'll be a lot of people sitting right beside Jadeveon Clowney this year. That's not used to sitting beside.
If I'm a practice player, I'm pretty excited because you're gonna get promoted real quick.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that means more bank.
Yeah.
That means more cha-ching in your pocket.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna go hard.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I gotta agree with you on that, man. I gotta agree with you 100%. 100%. We're gonna see a lot of that.
The one thing I don't want to see with these injuries is these star quarterbacks getting hurt because, I mean, like you're a Pittsburgh fan, big Pittsburgh fan.
You think Big Ben's gonna have some trouble out the gate?
Once a star quarterback gets hurt, then you gotta live with the bozo who's backing him up, Mason Rudolph type of player, and that to me is just not fun to watch. That to me is not fun football.
Why did you bring that up?
That's your boy, Mason Rudolph.
Why did you do that? I mean, I was having a pretty good day. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about some things I really wanted to talk about. But you had to bring up this scab. Mason Rudolph. A straight up joke. A straight up gag. I mean, this man is the proverbial drip. Seriously.
Keep going.
I have more adjectives, but I'm going to save them. I'm this guy, man. If Big Ben gets hurt this year, throw in the towel. I'm going to get in my car. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to get in my car.
Yeah?
And I'm going to drive all the way to Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's a long drive, buddy.
I don't care. And I'm going to get in front of Mike. I'm going to find where Mike Tomlin lives. And I'm going to go to that sucker's house. And I'm going to knock on his door. And when he comes to the door with those big bug eyes of his, okay? When he comes to the door and he opens the door, I'm going to slap the taste right out of his mouth. Because I know he knows better to have a backup quarterback like Mason Rudolph. This must be coming down from a higher power.
You don't think it's Tomlin?
Tomlin can't possibly be that dumb. 50,000 guys. You saw the guy, Duck Hodges. The Duck took his place and played better.
That's right.
A man who didn't even know. I got picked up off the scrap heap. I didn't even get drafted.
Right.
And now I look up, I'm starting for a team that's won 6 Super Bowls. With the Hall of Famer that just hurt his elbow. Now you want me to get out of here? Duck Hodges.
Yeah, he probably didn't even have the right quarterback shoulder pads, but he outplayed Mason Rudolph.
Which is a crime. Mason Rudolph should be, this is what I said when Mason Rudolph had the faux pas that night against the Cleveland Browns and Myles Garrett. Remember that situation?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, this is what I told people.
Late in the game.
This is what I told people on my podcast. They said Mason Rudolph got mad because Myles Garrett tackled him at the end of the game. That's not why he was upset. I'm going to tell you why he was upset. He was upset because after all his preparation that week, after putting on his uniform before the game, after going out on that football field and looking like the worst quarterback in the history of mankind. You know why he was upset?
Why is that?
Because he thinks he's a professional and he was out impersonating a man that should be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he saw the writing on the wall, so I'm going to get mad and jump, like we say back when I was growing up, jump bad.
Jump bad.
Yeah, you try to jump bad when you got your two boys with Myles Garrett.
When you know they're going to hold him back.
Yeah.
When you know they're going to push him around.
Right.
And,
See what I'm saying?
And you're safe. You're safe. You're just talking all this mess.
With no helmet on.
Right.
First you want to get mad and pull a man's helmet. Then Myles Garrett go, oh, that's what we doing? We pulling helmets now? So I grab your helmet, and not only do I yank it off your head, I almost yank your head out with it. Then you want to jump up and jump bad. And then while a man is holding your helmet, he tried to put you on the critical list, which I was at my home watching this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I'm not a cynical person.
You were hoping to hit his head.
Oh.
It was this close.
You know, I'm one to actually believe in preparation meets opportunity. That is what we call luck.
Right, yeah.
I was praying for luck. I was like, I don't ask for much. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
I'm not one to really pray a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask for much. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
I can get out and get it on my own because I'm one of those guys that believe in preparation meets opportunity. You make a lot of your own luck. That night, like when I was a little bitty boy.
On the edge of the bed.
On the edge of the bed. I want this. Please, can I get this? That's what I was doing that night. It didn't happen, but
it was close.
Oh,
it was close, so close.
Man, you want to see me happy? You want to see me happy? That would have made me so happy, man. I missed out. But you can't blame a guy for hoping.
No. You might have a second chance this year.
Well,
Big Ben does go down.
I've came to my senses now. I don't want to wish that on. On second thought, you might be right.
Yeah.
I don't want to wish that on anybody, but I changed my mind. I do want to wish that on somebody.
Right. Yeah. Mason Rudolph.
If the situation comes, you know what my mother used to tell me when I was a little bitty boy.
What's that?
In a situation like that, she said, "Boy, you better know your beans before your cornbread." Mason Rudolph don't know his beans from his cornbread. And when you don't know your beans from your cornbread, bad things can happen. And it's your fault because you have been warned. When a man 6'7", 285 pounds, built like a brick house, he's already ticked off. You know that because of what just happened. And then you run up on him.
He's lucky he had his boys with him. He's lucky he had his linemen there protecting him, because I think if they weren't there, Myles Garrett would have. He probably would have put Mason Rudolph in the ground. Like, I'm not even joking.
But this is the thing: Myles Garrett would have never ran up on him. He would never. If he was just sitting there by himself, like, got your helmet, you want it? Come get it.
No, he would have ran. He would have tucked and ran.
Exactly.
Tuck and ran.
But hey, man, we got to take a break right here on the edge. Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. We will be right back.
We've been out of control since we got hit back in March 2020. Mortality rates keep climbing. Infection rates go up and down and then back up again. How long will this go on? No clear answer. Will a vaccine even be effective as this virus continues to spread and to mutate? No clear answers there either. I'm a trained nutritionist, herbologist, personal trainer, behavior modification, and stress sciences expert. I'm also a COVID-19 and pneumonia survivor. I've watched the continuous wall-to-wall news coverage, and while yes, wearing a mask and social distancing are crucial now, you're not being given important tools that you need in order to fortify your first line of defense, your best line of defense, which is your own immune system. What's going on here? There are simple, affordable, and natural ways to help build your immune system to fight any virus or bacteria now, and it starts inside of you. That's why I need to invite you to join me for Beyond the Mask, an intimate talk about vital ways to immediately begin boosting your immune system. Are you worried about the potentials of a second wave? Are you concerned now that your immune system may not be strong enough? Let me show you now the changes that will allow you to optimize it. Let me show you how to maximize your exercise benefits in a 12-minute routine that you'll do every other day to easily increase your metabolism, strengthen your respiratory and immune systems, and give you better circulation throughout your body. Listen, sugar feeds both bacteria and viruses. Let me show you ways to kick that sugar addiction now and to get some weight off. Let me share with you keys to better nutrition that boosts your immune system. We are all under too much stress, and stress weakens your immune system. It single-handedly leaves you vulnerable to all kinds of health issues and infections because stress reduces your immune cell numbers and their ability to function. Let me show you tools that you'll easily integrate into your daily life now to naturally reduce your stress cortisol response. I also want you to know about some nutritional supplements that have been shown to naturally improve your immune system and your overall health. Since January, there have been over 700 studies released worldwide on the relationship between COVID-19 and vitamin D3 deficiency. You need to know why. You want to improve your own immune defenses now, want to take back your control? Sign up today for Beyond the Mask and join me as I give you information and tools to easily get you back on track towards a healthier overall immune system now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again, Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray right here on Edge Radio. We were talking about some football when we left a few minutes ago, rather. And we were talking about Jadeveon Clowney, and we were talking about the great Mason Rudolph. People are
the great Mason Rudolph.
The great Mason Rudolph.
Should put a statue of that guy.
Put
in the trash.
Yeah, a real statue of him, kind of like they did.
Let the rats eat him.
Yeah, kind of like they did Han Solo in Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Make him into a statue. But yeah, man, a few other things that are going on this weekend. We got some big games. We got a couple of big games Sunday night. I mean, was that Sunday night or Monday night?
Yeah, Monday
got
night.
Another one Sunday, and we got a lot of guys. When you was talking about soft tissue, what do you think about Skip Bayless? Has pretty much predicted that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that guy is on something. He really is. I mean, I don't know if it's the Jordans are squeezed on his feet too tight or It's the chain on his wrist, on his neck. But that guy's on something because there's no way they even come out of the division.
I mean, this might be the toughest division other than the NFC West.
Right.
Now, Tom Brady for the last 16 years have played in a very weak division.
Yeah, he played the Bills when they were not very good. Played the Miami Dolphins when they were pretty much a collegiate team.
Well, I mean,
twice.
When the last time the Dolphins, the Bills, or the Jets had teams that were actually threatening?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last time was when they had, was it Mark Sanchez? When he did the butt fumble, but I mean.
That was after.
That was after, right, yeah. But, I mean, for a while, the Jets were good for maybe 2 years.
Yes.
Outside of that, I mean, there hasn't been much competition.
When they had Rex Ryan coaching for them.
Right, yeah. But outside of that, hasn't been too much competition.
None. The Buffalo Bills have, like you said, just a little bit better than college. And none of these guys have had a long-term coach or a long-term quarterback.
Right, yeah. They've all been fumbling through quarterbacks.
Or if you're going through coaches and quarterbacks every couple of years, how are you going to ever contend against the New England Patriots?
Yeah, I mean, those guys, Belichick and Brady, have been together for forever. So, I mean, imagine if you're a new coach and a new quarterback, it takes you a couple of years to get the ball rolling. And then by the time you try to get the ball rolling, boom, you're out.
Yeah, you're fired already. So that's what I'm saying. So now Tom Brady, at 43 years of age, is going to go to a division with the New Orleans Saints, the Carolina Panthers,
and the Atlanta Falcons.
With Matt Ryan, who won the MVP a few years ago.
Yeah. Matty Ice, he can still sling the ball.
Of course he can.
Mm-hmm.
With Julio Jones?
Julio Jones is still there. You got Calvin Ridley. They drafted another young receiver.
Yes.
I mean, even you look at Carolina, they got Teddy Bridgewater. Christian McCaffrey just signed a long-term deal. Yeah, they got a bunch of DJ Moore, a bunch of good receivers, Curtis Samuel.
Yes.
I mean, you look around. There's a lot of offensive power on these teams.
But Teddy Bridgewater stepped in last year when he was playing for the New Orleans Saints.
Right.
Stepped in last year for Drew Brees. Started, 5 games?
Yeah, 5-0.
Didn't lose a game. Joe Burrow. I think is it Joe? Is it Joe?
Yeah, it's Joe. Joe Burrow.
The offense coordinator.
Oh, no, Joe Burrow is the quarterback for the
Bengals.
For the Bengals.
Okay. I can't remember his first name.
But he's from LSU, right?
Yes.
The offensive coordinator.
Yes. Who's used to quarterbacks and getting them to another level.
Mm-hmm.
Who came from the New Orleans Saints, where Teddy Bridgewater trained with.
Yeah. So they already have that chemistry, that camaraderie.
Isn't that kind of conspicuous? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So these two guys just gonna lay down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Well, everybody just gonna lay down because Tom Brady showed up. If anything, I would not be surprised if Tom Brady don't even make the season.
If he doesn't finish all 16 games?
Not only do these teams in this division have good offenses, they got good defense. That's a hard division to get out of, man. That's why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hadn't got out of that division since 2002.
Back when Chucky Doll was coaching.
Yeah. And what happened to him? He doing what we doing, just getting paid more money. Now he's with the L.A. Raiders now. You know?
Right, yeah.
Well,
the Vegas Raiders.
Well, the Vegas Raiders.
Vegas, yeah, that's weird, right?
Well, yeah, he'd be close to a crap table. I mean, really? Yeah, we'll know where to find him.
Right, yeah.
He'd be over at Caesar's Palace
Bellagio,
every Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. Have his table ready for him. Have his cocktail ready.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean, tip? I'm not giving you a tip.
That's him. What about that $100 million you got? Oh, I forgot about that.
Right, yeah.
Come on, man. Nobody reads between the lines.
Mm-mm.
The only people that read between the lines is us right here on Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. Because we're not afraid.
That's right.
Some of these guys, man, they want to be so politically correct, and that's fine. But hey, man, we got to mention something, man. Right here.
What's going on?
At the Midtown Bar and Grill, this month on the 26th, September the 26th, we're going to have a voter registration drive.
Wow, that's amazing. I think right now is the time. If you're not registered, it's a great time to go to this drive and make sure that you sign up. Come down here in Midtown, the heart of Houston.
Yes.
Check out the restaurant. There's a lot of great food, great people here, great drinks. Mm-hmm. And go ahead and get registered because it's very important that you guys vote. If you're not registered, come out.
Hey, this is what's going to happen. If you haven't registered to vote, come down. Hey, not only that, not only is great food, but we're going to have an art and jazz festival at the same time. So you can look at some of the art. You can check out some of the art. You can listen to some great jazz. You can eat some great food, and you can get registered to vote at the same time.
Man, that sounds like a really good time, Stevie Ray.
I think Jadeveon Clowney should come down and vote.
I think he might be hurt. I think he'll fake an injury so he won't have to come down.
Yeah, he can drive down in that golf cart of his with the nice wheels
with the stretcher.
With the nice wheels and rims on it.
Right.
That's probably how
he has a little escort.
Yeah, but my boy Dale Burnett, that's the guy I was telling you about. He's the Tennessee Titans fan. And you know what else I had to tell him?
What was that?
If it wasn't for the fact that the great citizens of Houston, Texas, all looked at themselves and they took a stern look at themselves and they came up with this equation. We will not invest one more dime into Bud Adams, who's trying to do one of the old get-rich-quick schemes on the city, trying to rip the city off. And the people of Houston that I agreed with. Back then, I remember it. I said, no, he doesn't deserve a stadium.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't deserve a stadium paid for by the taxpayers' money. He doesn't deserve that. What has he ever done lately? So what did he do? He packed his bags.
Took his money and ran.
To Tennessee. So Dale, of all people, he should be on his knees every night, praying and wishing, hoping, and giving all gratitude to the city of Houston for doing the right thing.
Right, for kicking him out.
Yeah, because we hadn't done the right thing. Who knows what would have happened? Big stadium for a man that didn't want to invest back into the football team. So get him out, Dale. And if Dale's listening, anybody see Dale out there? Anybody see him driving down the street in that 67 Volkswagen that he drives around in? Y'all tell him what Stevie Ray said. You guys tell him. Because they know I'm not playing. They know I'm not playing. They know I'm telling the truth. He can't deny the truth. I told him that the other night. He couldn't deny it. I mean, what sports teams does a state like Tennessee have?
Yeah, I mean, I can't name one. I mean, what do they have?
Volunteers?
Maybe volunteer committee. There we go. Hot dog eating contest. Maybe a pie eating contest. I'm sure they have a barbecue eating contest out there. Heard there's some good barbecue out there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I like the state, though. I've had fun in that state.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. I used to always go down to B.B. King's, in Memphis.
Yeah.
Just go down there. Me and Ernest the Cat Miller, we would always go down there after we got through wrestling and hang out and listen to music and eat catfish and stuff. Yeah, man. We used to have a good time down there, man. Had some good memories. But see, back in those days, they didn't have a sports team.
So what did guys do? I mean,
they came, they paid their big money to come watch your boy.
That's right.
They came, paid big money to come watch your boy.
Front row, get the popcorn
man.
ready.
People ain't got nothing to do.
Stevie Ray.
They ain't got nothing to do.
Lay some elbows and hit some chairs.
I'm telling you, man, even the strip clubs were like horrible.
Wasn't any
I couldn't even
like
go
the
to
hot wings in Atlanta?
I couldn't even go to a decent strip club, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's when you know it's a bad city.
I'd have been to gentlemen's clubs all over the United States, all over the world.
Right.
I get in this town.
You walk in and walk right out.
What is this? I don't deserve this.
Hey man, I'm gonna be a WWE Hall of Famer one day. I'm over here late, working, sweating, busting my tail, and what is this? What's going on here?
I wasn't even worried about that. I wasn't worried. You got to realize something, bro. When you're on the road, okay, you're going from town to town, city to city, airports, rental cars, hotel beds that's hard as concrete, then hotel beds that's so soft you almost melt in them.
Right.
Pillows that's hard as concrete. Then pillows that are too. You never can get in what you want, man. And I got to still get up and perform on a nightly basis.
Right.
Who thinks about me? Who grieves for me? So the least you could do is when I feel like I want to go through a gentleman's club, at least have some talent there. Couldn't even do that. Couldn't do it. So what do? I'm in destitute.
Destitute?
Yes. I'm like, I can't stomach this. This is torture. This is almost like waterboarding a terrorist.
Right, yeah.
It's not even legal. So I leave.
Did you get your free buffet?
Nah. Too late. Because, see, this is what we used to do. Can't find anywhere to eat late at night.
Right.
Some places don't even have a Denny's. I think that joint had one Denny's in it. But a lot of times, man, you just don't want to, you want to kind of let loose a little bit.
Right, yeah. Let your hair fall down a little bit.
You know your boy, man.
Yeah, man. Shrug your shoulders. Let your hair loose.
Didn't have to happen to me but once or twice, though. After that, I knew.
You what?
When I looked at my schedule.
Oh, no.
Was what it was.
You're like, I don't want to go back there.
Scratch that one off. You just scratch it off.
You should have did a clowny and fake an injury. I'm not gonna be able to
I
make
got
it to
integrity
this year.
I got integrity.
That's right.
You know what I was known for? I never missed a show.
Really?
Never missed a show.
Wow. And back in the day, you were driving a lot, right? I mean, it wasn't like today where these guys can fly.
We flew a lot. We drove a lot. A lot of the towns within a couple of 100 miles. You don't get on an airplane. You just drive to the next town. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I came to Houston, I'll do Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, something like that. Then I get on a flight, fly to another portion,
Florida or something like that. Yeah,
and do Jacksonville, Orlando, and blah blah blah. Blah blah. So that's how you do. It's what we call a loop. So you might fly 2-3 times a week, but you might, 2, 3,
you're pretty local
times.
in the state.
Yeah, you fly to a state, boom, 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 you hit a few cities. Fly to another state, boom, 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 hit a few more cities. That's how it works. Because some of the cities are close together.
Right.
So, and they won't leave no money on the table. They want every single solitary dime. And you can't blame them.
Right.
And so that's how it was, man. So it's like, you know what I would do when I get to Tennessee? Any town in Tennessee.
What's that?
Any town. This is what I do. As soon as the show is over, you know what I do? I get in my car and drive to the next town.
You be the guy that was first in line. Yeah, Stevie Ray's already here.
I'm already there. What nothing back where I came from? No how. He
left nothing behind.
Left nothing behind. Brother, that's how it was. Now I can't say that about other states. Maybe, I don't want to say. I don't want to put no other states on. I'm just talking about Tennessee right now. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break and we'll be back in about 3, 2, 1. You'll see. Right back at you.
Between the ages of 0 and 5, a child's mind is very impressionable. Researchers call it the theta brainwave. This low frequency is the state of consciousness between the conscious and subconscious worlds. In this state, the mind is capable of deep and profound learning, healing, and growth. There is a subconscious loop that's created during these early years. Who you believe you are has been downloaded based on experiences that you have had. A bad experience could create fears and limitations. Do you love who you are? Do you believe in yourself? The reality is that you can't control your childhood. All you can do is interpret it. You can choose to see your good and your value. Try this experiment. Project forward. See yourself at 80 years old. Now you have lived a lifetime. What advice would you have for your younger self? What risks would you have taken? What relationships would you have avoided? Did you celebrate life? Did you allow yourself to feel, to be present? Your 80-year-old self would tell you to not live in fear, to have faith that things will work out, that all you have to do is persist until you succeed. Your 80-year-old self would tell you to stay healthy, to take care of your body. And it would ultimately tell you to share your gifts with the world.
This is former Robert Reed.
This is Mel Jewell of Athletes United.
And we want to talk to you about our new program and podcast. We're talking about former athletes who are doing a lot of things in the community.
Various athletes in various sports. Swimming, track, soccer, football, baseball, you name it.
Former and current athletes here in the greater Houston area.
All promoting wellness, health. All promoting that which makes us all better.
Of Edge Radio, truth still matters.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again, EdgeRadioTV.com. I am your host, Stevie Ray, with my co-host, Mr. Angel Corona. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new pupil. A new pupil.
A new descendant.
Descendant, if you will. who is producing our show today. Now, I have to say this before we go to our new pupil. Anybody out there that's looking at this on Facebook, this is not a real camera. This is a phone. Should I be saying this?
I mean, people are asking, so yeah, you should address it. I mean,
last week
people walk around with a big $30,000 camera just following, hanging over your shoulder. I mean, your shoulders are big, but they're not that big.
Well, they used to be bigger.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing, 315 behind the neck. Woo! Behind the neck presses, man. The heavy weight, baby. 315.
Wow.
With the heavy weight. But for anybody out there that's watching on Facebook, what I'm doing is letting you guys hang around with me and my boy Angel as we shoot our radio show. Now, I might get in trouble for taking time out to explain this to you guys because, see, I'm on the clock right now. But a lot of you guys don't understand. I'm actually working right now. This is not some fun podcast. This is not my podcast. My podcast I do at night, and I say all kind of disturbing things. I curse and do all kind of just lascivious things. I can't do that on the radio. So just bear with me. You know what they were saying last week?
What's that?
Hey, Stevie, move that light behind you.
This is a production area, man. We can't just move stuff.
I'm in a studio.
Yeah.
They want me to look. They think this is my living room. They think it's my dungeon.
Hey, Stevie, can you paint your walls not green?
Okay, we see that green screen behind us? Because if you go to edgeradiotv.com, you'll be able to see me and Angel with the drawings behind us and all the stuff like that. You know, Noah said that was John. I know it was John. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, we want to introduce you to our new pupil who's producing our show today. Mariah, how are you doing?
Thumbs up.
What is this? What is an episode of the Flintstones or something like that? What are we doing? What's with this thumbs up giving? Do you have a microphone? What?
Gun shy.
I don't speak sign language. Right. Get the microphone. We want to know about yourself. The people out there want to know who's on the show and who we're working with.
Hi guys, it's Mariah.
Hey Mariah, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Now Mariah, how long have you been in the producing business?
About a year now.
Oh, okay. And right now you are an intern.
Yes.
Okay, who's training you?
Vince's.
Who?
Vince.
Vince who? Don't look at him.
He's like, don't say my last name, damn it.
Okay, we know who Vince is. Let me ask you this. Is Vince good at training people and bringing them along slowly but surely and teaching them all the real things?
Yeah, I think so.
Now, are you saying that because you are really a good, nice person, or are you saying that because you really don't want him to know that he's really not doing a very good job? You can tell us on this show. This is Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. You can tell us.
No, I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, you know, he's going to be leaving here in the next few minutes.
We'll get the real inside scoop
after he leaves, I'm really going to drop the bomb. We're going to really drop the bomb on everything that goes on. This is what this show is about. I'm sorry. You don't know what kind of show you're producing. But you will soon find out. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe on the show.
Right.
Will you tell our Angel?
Yeah, no one's safe. I mean, you come in here ready to rumble, right?
Hey, we bring it. We don't sing it. We bring it. So we'll find out who's doing a good job, who's doing the right tutelage or not. You know, because this is what I've been seeing for the last couple of weeks.
What's that?
Different people producing our show.
They're like switching them out, right? I feel like they're like the Lakers, just rotation, you know, just bring in Caruso, bring in Morris, just switching them out.
Well, that's not what I signed up for, with all due respect. Now, Mariah is a very nice young lady. And who's the other guy that was with us last week?
Dakota.
Okay, he seems like
a cool brother.
Seems like a cool young man.
Got the Josh Childress hair.
But see, this is the thing. I need top acquisitions to be here doing his thing. Where is he? Where is he? Sitting over there with a mask on saying smile. You know, he should be doing his job. Why isn't he doing his job? Don't nothing against the pupils that his disciples or anything of that nature. At the end of the day, he's trying to get up out of here, bro. What's with that?
I don't know. It's the hottest show in Houston, man. I'd want to produce the show if I was him.
Yeah, he might learn something. We're here to teach. We've been doing this for years. As a matter of fact, you got a college degree in this.
That's right, I do. I forgot about
I don't even have a college degree. I'm a college dropout.
You have a doctorate degree in street. You have a doctorate degree in wrestling. You have a doctorate degree in. You're like a walking encyclopedia.
Yeah, I can say that.
So, it matches.
And I'm also working with Houston Community College.
There you go.
Yes. I think we have the credentials to do this show like no other. Now, Mariah, you informed us off the air that you have been working with other shows.
Yes.
On the Edge Radio, on edgeradio.com, right?
I did a guest on a show.
Wait a minute. What did you hear that?
A guest?
Man, she said she did a guest. And what's that? What is that exactly?
I was a guest on the Matchmaker Hotline.
Oh.
Oh, okay. You were a guest. Now, why were you a guest that day?
Because I have a lot of input on relationships.
Now, wait a minute.
A lot of experience or
Wait
input?
a minute. You look.
A lot
Wait.
of opinions.
Oh, opinions.
Well, everybody got opinions. Everybody got opinions. You know, when I came on her show, you know what she had on there? A couple of comedians talking about relationships. Now, if I'm going to come on the show and talk about relationships, you need to let the love doctor go because that's who I am. Did you know that? Did you know that's what they call me? The love doctor. You know that?
No, I
The
didn't.
love doctor don't need nobody in the way. I can take it from here. Just give me the baton. I'll take it.
Tell them how many continents you've been on. I mean, tell them how many countries you've been. I mean, I don't want to say nothing to Stevie Ray, but you're the love doctor.
You know, I don't like to brag. I don't like to brag, man.
I'm still counting.
I know. I know. But I'm just saying.
Right.
Mariah has opinions. But you know what I have? Facts. You know what? Those facts have been tested out many times. I have the data. You know, I used to do a show. You remember the show I used to do? A show called Men Talk, Women Listen.
Right, yeah.
And and Mariah, you know, all those women used to sit in that audience like this, waiting for the doctor, waiting to see what the doctor has to say, because they knew the doctor was going to lay it down. You know, one lady called into the show. Mariah, I'm going to tell you a story. No, we're going to get off sports for a minute, okay?
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm going to tell you a story. You know, because Stevie Ray got a lot of stories. But I don't like to tell them to everybody. But when I tell a story, you know, people usually, you know, I usually save them for people to pay for them, you know what I'm saying? They have to go subscribe to hear my stories. But for you, Mariah, because you're new, let me tell you a story. Now, I'm quite sure you have an opinion, because we were doing the show in the old the old studio where I first met Oscar. And we were doing Men Talk and Women Listen. We had a lot of people on the guest panel that day. So I was like saying to myself, Mariah, I'm looking at myself, I'm looking at these other people, and I'm like, giving generic answers. I think one of the questions were, if when two people are together, if one person steps out of the relationship, what does the other person do, or how do they, something to that nature. Now I'm listening to these answers. Angel, I'm listening to this, bro. And I'm about to have a conniption. You know what I'm saying? This is like so generic.
Right, yeah.
So when they came to me, when they came to your boy now, you need to listen to me, Mariah. You need to listen close. Because me and Angel are thinking about doing our own relationship show. That we're going to put it.
It's not going to be PG.
No, not at all. Much. We might incorporate our own relationship show within our show.
There we go.
Telling you that.
Like a 30-minute.
Yeah, we're going to
Love Doctor.
Yeah.
Love Doctor in Latin heat. Dropping the mic on you.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And you know something else, Mariah? It's going to be a show for women only. No hard legs allowed. Okay? No hard legs allowed. It's a show for women only because they're going to be coming to get the real information from two real guys. We know these things. So let me tell you what happened. Let me get back to the story. When it came to me, I can't let a generic question like that just go. I have to get down to the real nitty gritty. So you know what I asked? I asked the question to everybody in the panel. What made that person step out in the first place?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know why, Mariah? Because people don't do anything for the hell of it. Something must be going on. Or they're just full of infidelity for the hell of it anyway. Is it because somebody was doing something wrong? Is it because somebody just was not content with what was going on in their relationship? You ever thought about that, Mariah? You can answer.
Hey, that's a beautiful answer, Steve.
Thank you, brother. Wow. Thank you, brother Corona.
The guy's the love doctor. I mean, Jesus. I'm sure the generic answer is like, well, maybe they should have thought about it. Maybe they should have communicated.
Yeah.
Maybe, I'll just keep going on. No,
yeah.
That's the answer right there,
right.
Stevie Ray.
What about that, Mariah?
It's interesting.
Interesting. Like I said, I have the data. I have the data. Okay? So like I said, I just don't come on a show. Brother, you better let her know. We don't come on show and we just talk about things at random. We have the data. So then, so someone asked me, one of the women asked me, a lady calls in. I got a question for Mr. Stevie Ray. I said, hey, shoot. You know what she asked? Are you single? Or are you in a relationship? I'm going to tell you what I told her. I said, no, I'm neither. Well, you're going to be one of them. I said, no, I'm neither. I said, I am a bachelor. That's what I am. Well, what's the difference between being a bachelor and being single? I'm like, do I really have to spell? Does the doctor really has to spell this out for you? So she gets upset with the doctor. And I'm like, wait a minute, baby. Wait a minute. Don't you get all testy with me. You don't know me. And I said, it's people like you. I said, are you in a relationship? Yes. I said, are you married, single, divorced? All of the above? Which one?
Entanglement?
Yes. Shacking up.
Shacked up.
Shotgun marriage. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
I'm married. I said, well, where's your husband? He's not here right now. I said, I know where your husband is. Women like you, I know where all of your husbands are. You know where they are? They want to be hanging out with me.
That's right.
That's where he wants to be.
Hitting the bar.
He wants to get away from her, hang out with guys like me, so he can forget about her nagging and these kind of things on a daily basis. And I said, your husband probably ran out of the house, right? He probably told you he's at somebody else's house, but
I gotta do an oil change. It's gonna take about 5 hours. It's such a long line. I'm sorry, baby. I'll be back around 10 p.m.
Right. So I had to let her know. Don't you get crazy with me. Your husband probably ran out of the house. He'd be home. No telling what kind of excuse he's giving. See how that works? But I didn't want to tell her that. But no, she wanted to get tested with me. So what do you think about that, Mariah?
I think
fair points? What about real points? What about that?
I think they're fair points.
Oh, they're fair points. You see there? That's why our show will have to be for women only.
That's right, yeah.
They don't want to hear the truth.
No.
But I'm here to tell them the truth. You know? I'll tell you what she said. That's what old you kind of guy. That's what older guys do, so they can meet young women. You know what I said? I don't have to use anything to meet anybody. You dig what I'm saying? I don't have to come up with a scam. I don't have to do that. But that's probably, know what I told her? That's probably what you've been meeting, Miss Married Woman, happily. You're sad. Can't wait to get out. That's what's wrong with some of those women. They have a good thing going and they still want to mess it up. What about that, Mariah? You have a good thing going and you still want to get out there and mess it up. Just can't leave good enough alone. What about that, Mariah?
Then they need to spice it up.
Oh, here we go. Here we
Open the marriage.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa, she opened the door.
Here we go.
Open the marriage.
Oh,
Whoa.
here we go. Okay. You see this? See the results?
Right.
Catastrophic. That's exactly what you're going to get. Catastrophic ending. Atomic bomb hits both of you. What both of you guys could have done is come and talk to the doctor.
That's right.
That's all you had to do.
Only for a small fee, right?
Yeah,
Stevie Ray?
most definitely.
Exactly. Yeah. Small
Yeah.
consulting fee. Nothing,
That's what I'm talking
nothing
about.
too big.
Yeah.
Couple of
You know,
zeros.
catastrophic ending. Had a good thing going. So many of them. Got a good thing going. Oh, I wish I had a good man. I'm just looking for a good man. And then when the good man comes, the good man is boring.
Oh.
Wait
That
a
happens. That does happen.
The man is out working 12 hours a day, trying to make sure his queen has what she wants. Trying to keep the mortgage paid.
The car notes.
The car notes, man.
The kids fed.
Do you know how much goes into trying to keep up with the Joneses nowadays, bro?
I don't want to know, Stevie Ray.
But they don't appreciate that. You know what? One of my favorite singers, who's deceased now, God rest his soul. He had a song, and he addressed all these things that I'm talking about. You know what the name of that song was?
What's that?
If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. And he kind of orchestrates all the things that I'm talking about right now. Because he's addressing these things that I'm talking about. He say, man, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. You want to tell me about what your girlfriend is saying, this, that, and the other. If you think you're lonely now. Because he said, I'm going to be long gone. That's what he said.
Yeah, Stevie Ray hitting the tune.
What about that, Mariah?
I think as a man, you're gonna have your own opinion.
Oh, listen at this. Listen at this. Oh man, got something. As a man, I'm gonna have my own opinion. Of course I am.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Of course I am. I want to know what you think about these points we're making. That's what I want to know. When it comes to these women, I just told you what Bobby Womack said. Man, what my phone at? I'm gonna play that
Womack,
song.
yeah,
I think Mariah needs to hear these lyrics. You need to hear them. What about that? Don't say nothing about no spicing nothing up either. Don't you even try it. Come on.
Play the song.
I'm gonna play that song for you, Mariah. But hey, guys, we got to take a break. EdgeRadioTV.com. We have our new producer, Mariah, who's here in the studio with us today, making us look good like she always does, even though this is her first time. And we'll be back right after this.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay?
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at EdgeRadioTV.com. I am Stevie Ray, host of Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray, the radio version, with my main man, Angel Corona. Angel.
What's up, Love Doctor?
The doctor is going to have,
love.
I got to get my bag, a doctor's bag, man. I got to put it up. We got to get back on but we're gonna get back to Mariah and on another show, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to let her off the hook on this show.
Yeah, we let her easy this first time.
Yeah. She's just coming in and, But I still can't believe that she was a guest on Amber's show.
Why is that?
I don't know. Amber was short of guests that week or something like that.
Right, yeah.
And I had Amber on my podcast. I told you about that,
yeah,
right?
the matchmaker, right? Is that what she goes by, though?
Yeah, matchmaker. Had her on the show. We had a good time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not too much of the doctor came out. Not too much of the doctor. But, we still had a good time, and she was giving me some wisdom on bringing people together. Apparently her mother is a matchmaker and her daughter is a matchmaker.
What?
And I think it's been passed down from generation to generation. So
they probably have like a crystal ball at home or something that they rub or pass it on. I don't know. It sounds, 3 generations of matchmaking. Jesus.
Yeah, 3 generations, maybe 4. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember the whole interview. But she even helped one of my friends out.
Oh yeah.
He called into the show.
Did he get set up with a hot date?
Yeah, he got. She didn't.
But what happened here?
Well, the love doctor gave him some expert tutelage.
Right. Yeah.
That's what the love doctor did. Mariah, this is what I did. The love doctor took one of my calling guests. He listened to the show all the time.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey man, I'm having some problems. Meeting some honeys.
Right. Yeah.
Some shorties. I can't remember what I told him. I can't remember, brother. You know how things just organically happen in my head. So I gave him a little advice. Then he hits me up on social media. He sends me a picture.
Hey, who's with? The honey?
With the honey.
Ooh. Look at you.
Hey.
Look at you being Cupid.
Dog.
Cupid over here.
Hey,
shooting
man,
the arrow.
You know what I'm saying? Cupid. Yeah. Draw back your bow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mariah, you hear that? And let your arrow go. That's me. Do you hear me? She don't hear me, man. She don't hear me. You know that song by the Spinners. See, I'm showing you about some great music. I'm showing you about some great things. This is what I did this is what I do. I helped a lonely man out. Now, Mariah, have you ever helped a lonely man out with advice?
I have a few times.
Did it work? Did it help him?
Yeah, I did.
Why don't you give us an example? Because I don't know if you're just telling us this. What do you think about that, Angel?
I don't want no advice.
Well, so, what do you think? I mean, was it verbal advice?
Yes.
Was it some guy like having problems with his girlfriend?
With his boyfriend.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that came from left field.
Wait a minute. Okay.
You're forgetting I'm a millennial. We're different.
I didn't question that 1 minute. Okay. I should have said person. Did you help this person out with their significant other?
Yes.
And did it work?
Yes.
For how long? Before he was down and out, like the other Bobby Womack song. Bobby Womack got another song. You know what the name of it is?
Down and out.
Nobody wants you when you're down and out. Yeah. Now, let's get back to this situation. What happened there?
They're still going strong.
You know what? I don't believe this story. I don't believe this story, Angel.
All we need is 2 fake names, and I think she sold us.
Yeah, she got those names out the phone right
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Jose and then Cuervo or something. Jose or... I mean, I don't know. I'm a little thirsty, Stevie Ray. Sorry.
Mariah, we're going to let you off the hook, man. But we're going to have to do a whole show. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do a whole show on, maybe half a show.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Let's get Amber on our show. What about that?
I think that's plausible.
You think she'd come?
I don't think she'd show up. I don't think she wants to get shown up by the love doctor.
No. The love doctor just wants to know what's going on. That's all. That's all the doctor wants to do, bro.
Well, maybe she comes in with a couple of shorties.
I heard she travels with some of the shorties sometimes.
Well, then they can come to the show.
Okay.
We'll extend our minutes.
Mariah, we want you to set that up. We want you to set that up. Yeah. I guess my boy Jimmy's watching. But, hey, man, let's get back to the Houston Rockets, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they're down 3-1. They look completely defeated. It looks like you're watching a boxing match, and it's the 8th round, and you're getting body shot after body shot. I mean, you look at James Harden. The guy's a great talent, great player, but it's so frustrating to him. As soon as he crosses half court, he's getting double teamed. Right. I mean, at some point, you're just going to get frustrated. And a lot of people, he's getting a lot of scrutiny. He's saying, he's not showing up.
Right.
I mean, the guy's showing up. He's
showing up.
You try getting double teaming at half court every single possession. There, even the little dump pass between the legs that middleman will cut, that's getting rejected. So the Lakers, their hands and their legs are all over the ball. I mean, it's just so frustrating and when he is open, I mean, it's contested. Yeah. So Westbrook's not there mentally. I think he's kind of checked out. And outside of that, we don't have guys who can actually make a play.
I think the Lakers figured out the small ball.
Mm-hmm.
You remember after that first game, LeBron James said, "These guys are hard to train for because they couldn't keep up with the Rockets. Right, the Rockets was, moving, not just the ball, just the quickness." And I think over the last couple of games, the Lakers have figured it out. And we're not going to let the trigger man, which is James Harden.
Right.
We're not going to let the trigger man beat us. The other guys got to beat us.
Yeah. And I think one thing that we're finding out about the Lakers is they're legit. I mean, they're pretty deep.
Right.
They got Rondo coming out. He's making plays. They got Caruso. They got Morris. They got a lot of guys on the bench that are not the best talent, but they know how to play around either Anthony Davis or LeBron James. You notice, whenever they go to that bench, they'll either have Anthony Davis or LeBron James leading that pack.
Right.
And it's always easier as a bench player to play with a great superstar because you let them do it and you just kind of play off of them.
And now with Rondo being back, LeBron James can take breaks a little bit longer.
Right, yeah.
Recharging the batteries. That play they did the other night when that guy threw the ball up and LeBron James jumped up. I'm like, this guy 35?
Yeah, right?
I'm like, my goodness.
And he's so intense. That's the one thing I love about LeBron James. I mean, you can either hate him or love him, but his intensity, how bad he wants to win.
Right.
I mean, he really is an alpha male. And he's like, if your leader's doing everything that a coach can ask for, then you got to go an extra 150%.
Right.
Because if not, guess what? You're gonna get called out, or you're gonna get pulled, and you're not gonna play.
Right.
I mean, and the Lakers, You think about it, the Lakers are going small too. They kind of doubled down on this whole Rockets team because
exactly.
Dwight
That was
Howard's
the
not
only
playing.
way you can combat it.
Right, Dwight Howard's not playing, as well as JaVale McGee. So the inside paint, the inside the paint is wide open.
Neither one.
But they're still getting blocks. I mean, you still have Anthony Davis.
Right.
So you have LeBron James. So I think they wrap up the series tomorrow. And I think the Rockets are just mentally frustrated. They want to get out of the bubble. Who doesn't want to get out of the bubble? I mean, they've been stuck there for a while.
Now, I've been reading things about Mr. House.
Yeah.
I've been reading some things, but I don't know how much of it is true.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't heard people on ESPN or Fox or some of these talk about it as to what I've been reading. Now, but I know when a situation like this happens, it has to have something to do with you going outside of protocol.
Right.
How much of this is you think is true?
I mean, for the NBA to do an investigation and to automatically suspend him,
right?
I think it's pretty somewhat true.
Right.
Because they're not going to.
But they haven't released it to the press.
Right. I think they're trying to get all their ducks in order to make
sure.
Plus,
you don't want nothing to upset
mm-hmm.
what's going on television.
Right.
Because you know all media outlets are going to jump on it.
Yep.
And now it kind of like makes what's going on.
Right. It makes the great playoff basketball that's going on. There's some great plays right now.
Right.
So I think it is true because I think if it wasn't as true, they would have just, hey, you're under investigation. We'll have you like on probation, but you're still allowed to play. But the fact that they pulled him from the games,
mm-hmm.
which we could have used him,
most definitely.
Yeah, then I think there is some truth, and I think more is going to come about it because apparently there's more than one player. They're saying Tyson Chandler.
I heard that
is someone involved and a player yet to be named.
Wow.
So I mean, I think the NBA is going to try to keep it under the rug, and then eventually all the juicy details will come out.
Because we're dealing with the COVID right now.
Yep.
And if, from what we were reading, some people came into the bubble that didn't supposed to be in the bubble, now what kind of protocol kicks in that may interfere with what's going on that court?
Right, yeah. And the last thing they want to do is lose that TV time or lose a play or lose a player like a mainstream player who tests positive or something
people
happens.
Just criticizing, hey, this is supposed to be happening, this is the protocol, you should do this, and blah, blah, blah. I hope it's not that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Right. Either way, I think Daniel House, I don't think he's coming back next year. I think they're going to let him go.
He's a good player, man.
I know. He's a good player. He's tough. He has a good-sized body. Shoots the ball pretty good. Drives the ball better. He's a good defender. He'll play on LeBron every now and then, and it's just a bad time for the Rockets. I think they're already checked out, and they're ready to go on vacation.
You know what? It's the last thing the Rockets needed, bro. Because what we're talking about, and we don't have anything to really let us know if we're right, or anybody can, let us know what's really going on or anything like that. The last thing the Rockets need is something in-house to mess with other people's psychic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need every bit of mental stamina when you in this bubble playing for a championship. Nobody needs to be what we used to call in the game running their own angles. We don't need it, bro. And that seemed like it's harmless, but by the mere fact that within the organization, this is what's getting talked about, it can rub off on you.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case. But looking at the Rockets last night, brother, they looked like they all aged 5 years.
Yeah,
in one game.
And it seems like the Lakers just figure them out. And then at the end of the day, the Rockets don't have a counterpunch. If you don't have a counterpunch, if you can't change up your game plan, then the same results are going to happen.
That's the thing about the Rockets. They only got one game plan.
Yeah. They're
small ball. We're either going to hit the threes or we're not going to hit the threes. But when a team is matching you and
beating you at your own game,
beating you at your own game, yeah, that can be demoralizing. That can be very, very demoralizing. Okay, ladies, but ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're going to have a voting registration here on this month, September 26th, right here at Midtown Bar and Grill, right here at Midtown Bar and Grill. Come down, have some of the best food in this part of the downtown area. We're going to have a voting registration drive. So if you haven't registered to vote, come down and hang with your boys. Also, an art and jazz festival is going on at the same time. In this area, man, like Mariah was saying, a lot of millennials, a lot of young people, a lot of gifted people, a lot of some of the oldest areas in the town also with some of the greatest restaurants and places to see. It's where you want to be. So we'll be right back. EdgeRadioTV.com. Right back at you.
This is former Rocket Robert Reed.
This is Mel Hewitt of Athletes United.
And we want to talk to you about our new program and podcast. We're talking about former athletes who are doing a lot of things in the community.
Various athletes in various sports. Swimming, track, soccer, football, baseball, you name it.
Former and current athletes here in the greater Houston area.
All promoting wellness, health. All promoting that which makes us all better.
Of Edge Radio, truth still matters.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. EdgeRadioTV.com. This is your boy, Stevie Ray, host of Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray, the world's most dangerous radio show, along with my man, Angel Corona. And we were just talking about our Houston Rockets right here in the great state of Texas, right here in the great Houston area. And the Rockets are down 3-1. And the Rockets are looking very lethargic. And the Rockets, quite frankly, look like they're ready to get out the bubble.
Yeah.
And go home.
And go party. I mean, think about it. I mean, if you're the Rockets, if you're down 3-1 to arguably one of the better teams in the NBA that's scheduled to win the NBA Finals, I mean, do you really want to fight it? I mean, best case scenario, you win one game. But eventually, the talent rises to the top. I mean, it's just unless they just absolutely just go bananas on three-point shooting, I don't see the Rockets coming out of this still in a game.
Well,
You might as well just go to Cancun and enjoy yourself or something.
You know me. You know what I would do?
What's that?
I would give it one last effort.
One last hurrah.
To try to take Mr. James. I'm not going out like a punk.
No, yeah.
At least I want 2 from you.
And that's the mindset I want the Rockets to have. But I think the only person that thinks like that is P.J. Tucker. Yeah. P.J. Tucker is no punk, and he's not going to lay down for anybody.
Right.
I think Westbrook has that same mindset as well, but he just doesn't fit in this system. I think he's even said he finds himself just running around. I mean, when you're in the playoffs in the second round and you don't know what your role is, you don't know what your objective is, and you're literally just running around, that's not good.
Right.
So, I mean, he has a mindset. So does P.J. Tucker. The rest of the team, I don't think so.
You know what, man? You could be right. Now, if I was a betting man, you are right. But at the end of the day, when you're down 3-1, man, goodness.
As long as it's not a blowout, that's all I want. I mean,
you want them to fight to the end.
I want them to fight to the end. Hey, draw some blood. If you have to shove LeBron James on the floor every now and then, do it.
I don't know, man. LeBron is big. You know, I've seen some guys arguing on social media. Some of these people that got something to get LeBron James, that don't even watch basketball, but yet they want to have stuff to say about LeBron James. You know, it's just like people in the game last night that were booing people because they were showing unity.
I mean, imagine being that person. What? I don't understand. You are privileged to watch this game with everything happening. I mean, that's like I was surprised there was fans. To be honest with you, I said, "Oh wait, is this live?"
Yeah.
But I mean, imagine that's a privilege to watch that. You don't deserve to be in that presence to watch these athletes perform and then boo them because you're booing unity. I mean, really?
That goes to show you right there. And I was bringing up LeBron James because I see a lot of people, because LeBron James is one of those guys, not like a Michael Jordan who was all about money to him, you know. And I'll say it. It's all it was about. As great as he was never about his community and his people. He never was. He was about his money. And I ain't mad about that. But LeBron James came up in a different way. He came up in a single-parent home. Didn't even know his dad, okay? And not only that, knowing at a very young age that I'm very gifted. Knowing at a very young age is how responsible I have to be and show example to other people. How many people you know from the African-American community knows that at a very young age? You ever heard anything about LeBron James being in trouble in any way, shape, or form? Not in the pros, but I'm talking about even in high school.
Right, yeah.
We went to a private school around most people that don't look like him. You ever hear about him, anything like that?
No, nothing. I mean, and he has a huge target on his back. I mean, and LeBron James not only is under the spotlight during the NBA season, but probably even more in the offseason.
You ever see TMZ following LeBron James into a restaurant with his family, with his wife?
Nope.
But people got all these demonic things to say about him. This man is a credit to humanity. This man is a credit to his race. He's a credit to the NBA, the sports world. This man is a credit to mankind. And any sap out there that's got something to say about this man because he's standing up for what he believes, you can go kick rocks and say, "Oh, I'm not going to watch the NBA no more because of this, that, and the other." You didn't watch it anyway. You didn't watch it anyway. Who's going to stand with me? Go stand alone. Because it ain't even about LeBron James. It's about you see a black man doing something that you hate. And yeah, this is Edge Radio, and I say what I want. That's what you see. You see a black man doing something that you hate, and your bigotry and racism comes out at the most inopportune time. I would just like to know, I would just like to have a person like that on this show so I could ask you, how does it feel to be a bigot? How does it feel to be a racist? Does it feel good? How does it feel to hate? It must feel good. It's got to.
Yeah.
Because I was just telling Vince Russo last week on our podcast that we do together, I don't know how to hold hate.
Yeah, even a grudge.
You know, I can hold a grudge. That's easy.
After a year, for me, it kind of dies down.
Well, yeah, everything starts to subside.
But yeah, to continuously have it, that must be exhausting.
Everything starts to subside somewhat, but I can hold a grudge for a good little minute, bro. I did it before. No, but I'm just saying.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what hate feels like, man. I mean, I can dislike and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know what it feels like to just get up in the morning and hate somebody for no reason other than the fact that they're very existent.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Oh, man. But then you see people also on social media talking about, I'll never watch the NFL again. But last night I saw something.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans stayed in the
locker room.
Yeah. For the national anthem. So nobody disrespected the national anthem. And then the guy gets on the PA system and say, ladies and gentlemen, can't remember his very words, I'm kind of paraphrasing. We're going to show whatever for unity.
We're going to do a moment of silence for unity.
Moment of silence for unity.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Thank you. So they did the unity thing where they
lock arms,
and people booed. So it's not about
the flag
or the military anymore.
Right.
It's about that you just can't stand African Americans asking for equality.
Right.
That's all it is.
And it's like they always change the script. I mean, first it was like you said, first it was the flag, then it was this, service, the song, this and that. Now it's like you're booing unity. I mean, is it really? I mean, we are people. We are all the same people.
Right.
We're all trying to be equal. We're all trying to be one.
Right.
And these athletes try to show a big message. I mean, that's just so embarrassing. So I mean, if you feel that way, to just walk out of the stadium.
What are you even watching them for?
Yeah, get out.
What are you even watching them for? If they make you feel so uncomfortable, and these people on social media, brother, they are the worst.
Oh yeah,
the biggest
cowards. They're big. They're the biggest keyboard warriors. They got their dirty little Cheeto fingers in their mom's basement, just typing away, typing. But I guarantee you, if Stevie Ray, what'd you say?
I would just like to know, how does it feel to get out of your bed every day, wake up, yawn, put your feet on the floor, get up, go to the bathroom, urinate, tinkle, whatever word you want to use.
Right, yeah.
And then you look in the mirror, and you look at the biggest coward on it. How does that feel?
Tell them, Stevie Ray.
To look at yourself and knowing you're one of the biggest cowards.
Talk about it.
On earth. I would just like to know how that feels. I don't know how that feels.
Yeah, same here.
You know what I'm saying? Because I respect people. I feel people have the right to protest whatever they want. When the LGBTQ community was out there protesting, I'm like, hey, man.
Don't bother me.
Hey.
More power to them.
Hey, whatever, that's what this country was built on.
Right.
If they feel as though they have rights and they want to accomplish getting those rights, they have a right to do it. It's not against anything. That's why people fight wars for your liberty.
Right, for your freedom of speech.
Liberty. But, wow, bro. Unbelievable. I would just like to know how that feels. I would like to know how it feels to hate for no reason, and I would like to know how it feels to be a coward. Just wake up and just straight up hide behind the bushes. Hide behind the hedges.
Right, yeah.
Maybe
peeking through whenever no one's looking.
Yeah, nobody's looking.
Yell
how does that feel? To be a straight up punk. But anyway, voter registration, 9/26, right here, Midtown Bar and Grill. Voter registration, 9/26, Midtown Bar and Grill. Everybody come down that haven't been registered to vote, because we need everybody to vote, not just on a national basis, we're also on a local level. we're going to get things done. If I got anything to do with it, we're going to get things done.
That's right.
If I got something to do with it.
So, actually, when I turned 17, the first thing my dad did, took me to go vote.
Yes.
Took me to register to vote.
Register to vote.
Boom. I still have that card.
I hear you.
So I'll be here, but I'll definitely be on, having fun, kicking back, enjoying some good food.
Yeah.
It's very important.
That's what we'll be doing right here at the Midtown Bar and Grill. We'll be right back.
We've been out of control since we got hit back in March 2020. Mortality rates keep climbing. Infection rates go up and down and then back up again. How long will this go on? No clear answer. Will a vaccine even be effective as this virus continues to spread and to mutate? No clear answers there either. I'm a trained nutritionist, herbologist, personal trainer, behavior modification and stress sciences expert. I'm also a COVID-19 and pneumonia survivor. I've watched the continuous wall-to-wall news coverage, and while yes, wearing a mask and social distancing are crucial now, you're not being given important tools that you need in order to fortify your first line of defense, your best line of defense, which is your own immune system. What's going on here? There are simple, affordable, and natural ways to help build your immune system to fight any virus or bacteria now, and it starts inside of you. That's why I need to invite you to join me for Beyond the Mask, an intimate talk about vital ways to immediately begin boosting your immune system. Are you worried about the potentials of a second wave? Are you concerned now that your immune system may not be strong enough? Let me show you now the changes that will allow you to optimize it. Let me show you how to maximize your exercise benefits in a 12-minute routine that you'll do every other day to easily increase your metabolism, strengthen your respiratory and immune systems, and give you better circulation throughout your body. Listen, sugar feeds both bacteria and viruses. Let me show you ways to kick that sugar addiction now and to get some weight off. Let me share with you keys to better nutrition that boosts your immune system. We are all under too much stress, and stress weakens your immune system. It single-handedly leaves you vulnerable to all kinds of health issues and infections because stress reduces your immune cell numbers and their ability to function. Let me show you tools that you'll easily integrate into your daily life now to naturally reduce your stress cortisol response. I also want you to know about some nutritional supplements that have been shown to naturally improve your immune system and your overall health. Since January, there have been over 700 studies released worldwide on the relationship between COVID-19 and vitamin D3 deficiency. You need to know why. You want to improve your own immune defenses now? Want to take back your control? Sign up today for Beyond the Mask and join me as I give you information and tools to easily get you back on track towards a healthier overall immune system now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the last leg of Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray right here on the EdgeRadioTV.com, EdgeRadioTV.com. If you guys want to look at the show, on a weekly basis and not look at our show, we have very many other shows that we do on a daily basis. But you go to EdgeRadioTV.com and you can watch the shows on a daily basis. You can also watch us every Friday from 5 to 7. Me and my main man, Angel Corona. We're here every Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central. And hey, you guys want to call in? You guys want to talk with us about some things you want us to talk about? Hey, we can do that. And Mariah, now, I haven't given out the phone number. I haven't given out the phone number. What is the phone number?
I don't have that.
See, these are the
come on.
Wait, see what I'm saying?
We need what is it? Dakota Vince.
Right. See, that's why I was waiting.
Yeah,
I was waiting just to see how good she was.
Go.
Now, a good producer would know this, right?
Mm-hmm. They have it written
down.
And
I rated to the last segment.
Woo.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to report her.
Oscar.
Yeah, I'm going to report her to the very people that's supposed to be training her. Now, what kind of trainer would not have set her up with everything we need to talk with our audience about, Angel? What about that?
I mean, phone number. Come on. Dakota. What was the other guy? Vince?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Write it down for the intern.
Yeah,
write it down.
Yeah, Vincent.
Write it down.
Yeah. He's trying to get out of here, man. He's trying to run up out
trying
of
to
here.
enjoy his Friday night.
Yeah.
Well,
hey,
we're
man,
trying to work, man.
We got a lot of games this weekend. The Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, brother. What do you think?
I think that's definitely going to lay the foundation for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that people are going to see what and who they are, especially versus a game team like the New Orleans Saints. I mean, they're going to I've heard reports they're going to try to run the ball a lot more to kind of preserve Drew Brees, and I think that's actually pretty good. I think that's going to open the passing game up a lot. Their defense is always mediocre at best, but I think the big thing for them is keeping Drew Brees healthy and running that ball through Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray. I think those two, you can do a two-head monster with that
easy,
guy.
Man. It's just the fact that, man, when you play in the NFC, this is the difference. The conference of the NFC is just much better than the AFC.
Yeah.
You can find yourself down 14, 17 points very easy in the NFC. That's why you got to throw the ball a lot.
Yeah.
That's why. Because, man, you're talking about, okay, the Rams. They love to throw the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell Wilson, that dude is magic. I mean, come on, man.
And I always thought growing up, the AFC was more conventional, more like, okay, let's do play action or let's do run the ball traditionally. And I always, NFC was just like, man, they just sling the ball. Like the field looks bigger. It sounds weird, but the field looks bigger. The players look faster. And I think it goes to that conference.
Right. The AFC used to be the dominant conference.
Mm-hmm.
But you had one team in the AFC that was always maybe two or three. And the Patriots, the Steelers, and a couple of more that were always right there all the time. But in the NFC, man, it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
From year to year. It is anybody's game.
Yeah, definitely.
Except for the Dallas Cowboys.
I saw that somebody had them winning the Super Bowl this year. I said, what? The Dallas Cowboys?
And got Dak Prescott as candidate for MVP.
I could see the Dak Prescott for MVP.
Right.
I can't see the Cowboys making it anywhere past the first round because they're the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, let's talk about this. We already talked about the East. No, that's not the East.
AFC South?
No, the NFC with the Tampa Bay and all the others. Is that the East?
Yeah, NFC East.
Okay. We already talked about that conference. We talk about the West. Other than the Cardinals, all those teams within the last 6 years have been to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. Now you talk about the Minnesota Vikings. You talk about the Detroit Lions. Let's go to that conference. Green Bay Packers. And the who's the third team?
You got Detroit. You got Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
You got Chicago.
And Minnesota. Bro, it's hard getting out of there. Minnesota got out of there last year.
Yeah. I think Green Bay's looking good though this year. If they stay healthy.
Green Bay won 13 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't show up in the championship game, but they won 13 games. You just don't win 13 games sitting at the bus stop.
No.
Man. Not in the NFC.
Mm-mm.
Now, I don't know. It could have had something to do with their schedule, this, that, and the other, but still, it's only a couple of games. And I say the Cardinals, and that's not guaranteed. The Redskins, and that's not guaranteed. The Giants, and that's not guaranteed. And the last year, maybe Carolina.
Yeah.
And that's not guaranteed. And maybe Tampa Bay. All those teams I just named have gotten better.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard to beat them. Maybe the Lions.
I could see
if
the
Lions can ever get a running game.
Yeah.
This is my thing. Why can't the Lions draft a running back? Or either trade for one?
I think they just drafted a new guy this year.
They draft a new guy every year.
Was it Swift? But they just signed Adrian Peterson. So, I mean, they were going to split Kerryon Johnson with Swift. They're going to be like a two-headed monster, and then, boom, they signed Adrian Peterson, who doesn't age.
Well, Adrian, I think, will be a good mentor.
Yeah, be a good third down pack, maybe in the goal line.
You know, but knowing Adrian, man, he ain't coming to just sit on the bench. He coming to play, bro. I know Adrian. He's a friend of mine. I'm going to tell it like it is. He come to play.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, man, I can't wait. It's this weekend. Our Texans have already gone down in defeat. My Pittsburgh Steelers play the Giants on Monday night.
Ooh.
So we'll get the chance
part of the
to see.
doubleheader, right?
Yeah, we'll get a chance to see if Big Ben's arm has healed. We'll get a chance to see it.
Do you think he automatically goes back to where he left off, or do you think there's going to be like a slow progression? I mean, how do you see Big Ben starting the season?
Big Ben been around so long and doing his thing at a high level since he was a rookie. What is he stepping into that he hasn't stepped into before?
Yeah.
Ben knows his job is to get these young guys ready. You got a lot of new young receivers. You got some young running backs. You got a lot of new young guys on defense in defensive backfield. He's got to show them the steal away. You got to show them the steal away. You got to be a leader. That's one thing Ben has lacked over the years. A lot of comments that other guys have had about him as to him not being a leader when it's time to. But I think Ben knows his role now. He's on his, third $100 million contract?
Something like that. I mean, that guy's making bank, man.
34 a year.
Right.
On his third one. Got 3 Super Bowls, 2 wins. Been to the championship game, I think 5 times. He's got a resume. And you was out last year. And the team went through hell. We had to deal with the Mason Rudolphs of the world. James Conner was hurt.
Yeah. Juju Smith-Schuster was supposed to have a breakout year. I mean, he didn't have a quarterback.
Just think
he was just out there running routes, looking like Russell Westbrook, just out there running around.
I feel so bad for Juju Smith-Schuster. I felt so bad for him last year, bro. I was like, man, what is it like to be playing with quarterbacks that can't throw the ball? What does that feel like? And when you was a rookie and a second-year guy, everybody was such, man, this dude is good.
Yeah, he was spoiled. He's like, oh, wow, I actually get the ball. And now it's like, all right, I guess I'm in timeout. Let me just
He got
around.
MVP of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Year before last. That was one of the things.
That led Antonio Brown out. Yeah. They felt very confident in Juju. As they should.
Oh, yeah, man.
They got a bunch of, I think it was Deontay Johnson is another young stud at the receiving corps. So I think if Big Ben can just sling the ball and let those guys make some plays.
But, they had some real good running backs last year. So the Steelers are going to depend on their run game a lot. They got 3 real good. Benny Snell.
Yeah.
Good running back. Connor. Good running back.
James Conner.
So those 2, Benny was a rookie last year. So, and he did pretty good out there with Duck Hodges. So I think Mike Tomlin being the coach that he is, I take back what I said about going to his house. I'm going to take that back, Mike. I would never come up there and slap your big eyes out. But I'm thinking about it sometimes, man.
If he puts Mason Rudolph in, we're going to have to take a trip up to Pittsburgh. Knock on his door. Maybe we have to find out his gated community number because he deserves that. If he puts in Mason Rudolph.
If he puts in Mason Rudolph, because, man, I ain't having it, bro. I'm not having it. But I hope everybody. Saturday night, the Rockets get another chance. You think they're going to get closed out. But anything can happen. I just want to go one more game. But
I said if we go out, we got to go out on our shield. I mean, let's go out. Maybe if we lose on a last-second buzzer beater or if we lose in a last-minute game, I'm happy with that. I don't want us to go out with a 20-point, 27.
Show some moxie.
Exactly.
Show some moxie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get ready to get out of here. We appreciate everybody riding along with us right here on EdgeRadioTV.com. We appreciate everybody riding with us on Facebook. This is what we do every week from 5 to 7.